country's been through so much. Its people has been through so much. Why can't we fix this?
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Northeast Ohio's #1 choice for news. Cleveland's own Fox 8 News starts now.
A TikTok challenge creating havoc in local schools. This one might surprise you. Welcome to Fox 8 News at 5. I'm Dave Spiegel.
And I'm Tracy McCool. One suburban police department is warning parents about a new craze with kids stealing items from school buildings and leaving damage behind. Fox 8's Matt Wright is live in Rocky River today. And Matt, this is a growing problem there.
It is, Tracy. Gabe. Rocky River police say students are committing these crimes and posting these videos just to get likes on TikTok. Now students could be facing not only school discipline, but also potential criminal charges. Take a look at some of these videos being posted on TikTok across the country showing what kids are stealing, items including soap dispensers, fire extinguishers, even a school security camera. This is called the Devious Lick Challenge, with kids stealing items from school, then posting the videos on TikTok. Rocky River police say in the last week there have been multiple thefts a day at Rocky River High School and middle school, most from school bathrooms, with soap and paper towel dispensers ripped down and stolen, bathroom pipes even damaged. Police want parents to talk to their kids about this and the potential consequences.
Kids need to understand that, there's going to be consequences for their actions, and that not only could they potentially miss school, but they could potentially have criminal charges to the police department.
Rocky River police say they are reviewing school surveillance footage, also interviewing students, and they say they will track down and hold students accountable who are committing these crimes. Tracy and Gabe.
And your video is pretty surprising there, Matt, with the fire alarms and the fire extinguishers, and even the clocks are missing. I hope these kids are punished, because these are very serious offenses.
Yeah, especially when you're talking about safety equipment like a fire extinguisher, like a fire alarm, bathroom equipment. It's really causing some serious and costly damage, and it is a criminal act, even though they might just think it's all for fun and games, which obviously it's not.
It isn't at all. All right, Matt, thank you. Well, down to the final two. Cleveland voters have made their choices, and now one of those two will become Cleveland's next mayor.
The race seemed very close throughout the night, with the exception of the candidate who ultimately finished on top. Fox 8's Dave Nethers joins us live now to tell us more about the two who will be on that ballot in November. Dave?
Right on top yesterday, Justin Bibb with the endorsement of former Cleveland Mayor Mike White. Just behind him, Kevin Kelly with the endorsement of the current mayor, Frank Jackson. Both of them looking forward now to November, appearing on Fox 8 News this morning together.
We shocked the political world.
Political newcomer Justin Bibb on Tuesday emerges as the top vote getter in a crowded Cleveland mayoral primary.
The results last night speak for themselves. We led all night. We won the primary with nearly 20% of the vote.
Appearing on Fox 8 News Wednesday morning, he interprets the results as an appetite for change.
Last night's results show that Clevelanders are desperate for change in this election, and our campaign is focused on that change.
Everybody will talk about change. Actually, doing change is hard.
People believed in the message that we crafted together.
Finishing second and advancing along with Bibb to the November general election is Cleveland Council President Kevin Kelly, who appeared alongside Bibb this morning.
Taking change from where the problem is to where the solution is doesn't just happen. And you've got to understand how government works. You have to understand how the community works.
Both providing a glimpse into their priorities heading into the next phase of their campaign.
First priority is bringing together our safety forces, all the partners that are in this, and dealing with our epidemic of violent crime that's going on right now.
Well, the first thing I want to do is something I've done with successful mayors all across the country. You got to do a top-down audit of every single department to determine what's working and what's not working, to get our priorities straight.
Thanks to so many people.
Finishing behind both were former Cleveland Mayor and Congressman Dennis Kucinich and former Councilman Zach Reed.
We fought a good, solid fight.
Who each of them endorses may help influence the general election.
I didn't get it through to either one of them, but I left a voicemail message for Kevin Kelly, and I left a text message for Justin Bibb.
I love Cleveland, and I wish the candidates the best, and I think Justin Bibb ran a great campaign.
I would say this, we cannot afford more of the same. And it's that experience that has gotten our city to this point, and my experience is a bit different.
I'm just going to ask the voters of the city of Cleveland to look beyond the talk. Look to what is the record of each candidate.
And so the focus will now shift to the general election in November, just a couple of months away. Both of these candidates have campaigned hard. Both have spent a lot of money. They know there's a lot to do yet. Only about 17% of the registered voters turned out for this election, and there could be more, and this could be different, far different, come November.
That is for sure. Our writer Dave Nethers reporting, and a great interview there on Fox 8 News in the morning. Thank you.
Now, the latest on the coronavirus in Ohio. The Ohio Department of Health is reporting more than 7,700 new cases of COVID-19 over the past 24 hours, and that pushes the 3-week average to more than 6,000 cases per day. Nearly 300 people were admitted to hospitals, 18 of those needing critical care. Nearly 80%, folks, 80% of all ICU beds across the state are now full. And today, Cuyahoga County issued a mask advisory strongly urging mask use inside, including schools, regardless of vaccination status. Cuyahoga is averaging about 300 COVID-19 cases per day, and the Board of Health says area hospitals are at 80% capacity for adult beds. While COVID-19 was once perceived to not impact kids, today the president of Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital said that is no longer the case.
COVID-19 cases are increasing at nearly twice the rate among school-age kids as compared to the rest of our population. As of yesterday afternoon, we have now had over 155,000 cases of COVID-19 in children under the age of 17 in the state of Ohio. 1,528 of these children were ill enough to require hospitalization, with some of those children requiring long intensive care unit stays and interventions such as ECMO or heart-lung bypass.
Terrifying to hear that right there. Currently, about 54% of all Cuyahoga County residents are fully vaccinated.
The Fox 8 team now investigating what all this means for Browns fans. A first home game is coming up this weekend, and I-Team reporter Ed Gallick is here now with much more on what he's found and what changes, if any, are being made.
Well, no changes at the Browns game. This week, another NFL team said fans would need to start showing proof they've had the COVID-19 vaccine, but nothing like that here. Go to the Browns game this weekend, you'll need a ticket to get in, but not proof you've had the COVID-19 shot. Just yesterday, the Buffalo Bills announced new rules for fans to show they got the shot, but the Browns issued a statement to the I-Team saying nothing new to share at this time. Erie County in New York announced it as a requirement, as you're already aware. As always, we continue to monitor COVID-19 developments and will adhere to all local and state government regulations. A season ticket holder even reached out to us wondering about any new rules, since concert halls and restaurants are also now requiring proof of the vaccine. We also checked with state and local health officials. Are they even talking about the possibility of new rules for Browns games? The county said that would be up to the city health department. We got no response from City Hall.
All right, we'll see how that first home game goes. Ed, thank you.
Check this out. The city of Cleveland and a major real estate development firm are unveiling a grand plan to transform the riverfront area in downtown Cleveland.
And Fox 8 News reporter Jack Shea joins us live with a look at the new vision for the Cuyahoga River Valley. Jack?
Gabe and Tracy, supporters of the plan say it will take 20 to 30 years to complete, but they believe it will change the fortunes of the city.
Ultimately, we are talking about several thousands of housing units, millions of square feet of office development with an associated amount of retail amenities and hospitality options, and bringing more entertainment back downtown.
The new vision for downtown Cleveland and the riverfront is the focus of a partnership between the city and Bedrock, a commercial real estate firm owned by Cavs owner Dan Gilbert. Bedrock Cleveland owns about 30% of the land that will be redeveloped, and portions of the plan will depend on reaching agreements with other property owners. The plan includes the redevelopment of Tower City and underutilized areas along the river, including Collision Bend. Among the questions being asked by Clevelanders, why is the city pursuing such a grand plan when so much of the economy is in a state of flux and many neighborhoods and the school system continue to struggle.
The market will drive things, and as this becomes successful and Cleveland becomes more in demand for not only office space but for entertainment, residential, recreational activity, you'll see things begin to change. We're not looking at this as what things are now. We're looking at this in terms of where we want to position Cleveland for the future.
Funding for the project would come from a combination of public and private sources. David Tracy, we are told there will be a series of meetings to get feedback from the community.
Sounds awesome, looks awesome, but we've heard about a lot of awesome plans in the past, Jack.
Well, it is a plan, and it's going to take a long time. I hope that all of us are around to enjoy it. But I do believe that it's a vision of the city in the future, and we'll be stuck in the past if we don't think about the future.
Yeah, got to get a lot of these moving parts on the same page, and it can be done. Just
Absolutely.
The question is when. Thank you, Jack.
It is a part of the school year that many students look forward to. This hour, find out the homecoming changes that are already being put in place for this year's ceremonies.
If you love scary movies, listen up. You can actually get paid to watch your favorite films, but there's a bit of a catch. Andre?
To me, I'm going to stick with the Waltons, as I mentioned a few days ago. Hey, listen, the weather is changing, and if you like it cooler and drier, this is going to be your period up and coming, the latter half of the week. How long does it last, though? We'll take a look at your 8-day. That's going to show up really well coming up.